All right, so USA Olympic basketball going on, and I'm not here really talking about that game. Although I was like, what I was like exhibition. We're not gonna talk about it right now. But since then, everybody's been doing team versus team of the past because that's what we do. And one that came up was the 2008 Redeem team. How will they fare against this 2024 team? And I feel like that is a very preposterous question because why are we doing these past versus future type of matchups that really can we really even solve these? No, but I am going to give an answer anyway because I think with these like the Olympic teams, they're like basically if you was trying to put all NBA teams and stuff like that together, and I think it's a lot easier than being like, could the Chicago Bulls beat the Warriors for back? That's a little bit more difficult. But let's just go down and just talk about who we got in the 2024 team. I would like Derek White, LeBron, Kevin Durant, uh, Anthony Edwards, Jason Tatum, Devin Booker, Drew Holiday, Joel Embiid, Bam Adebayo, Tyrese Halliburton, Steph Curry. But back in the day, they had Jason Kidd, Tayshaun Prince, Carmelo, Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh, young LeBron, Carlos Boozer, Dwight Howard, Michael Redd, Chris Paul, Darren Williams, Kobe. Now, I think that team is winning, and I think that team is beating them by at least 15. I know what you're thinking. There, that seemed like a lot. 15 points, and I'm like, yes, I do, just because my main point really in this isn't to really say that this team is as talented. Because I was like, I mean, I was like, depending on what you want to look at, I was like, it could be looking at even. I was like, I know that the Redeem team got a lot more role players than the 2024 team, which I think actually helps them because they got more people that are specific to a role than on the other squad. I was like, I think defensively they sort of match up really. I was like pretty well. You know, you got Tatum. I was like, Ant can play defense. Drew's a really great defender. I was like, you still got 80, Bam. Uh, you know, in that sense. But on the Redeem team, you got Kobe, LeBron, Dwayne Wade, Tayshaun Prince, Dwight Howard, and say whatever you want to, Chris Paul, because he was a defensive player way back then. So I was like, they got people to throw out on that. The biggest factor really here is age. I'm assuming that everybody's healthy, so I'm not going to pull out uh, Joel Embiid and the possibility of him getting injured or AD. We already seen Kawhi get removed, but it's age. I'm like, one has LeBron in his prime, and the other one has LeBron right now. And I don't care what stats you want to point out. I don't want to care what numbers you want to talk about. Not the same person. I don't care. You want to say he's actually looking better. His numbers, his percentages are higher. He's over here still produces the same amount of points and all this other stuff. Blah blah blah. I was like, no. If you've seen prime LeBron, you will know that there's a difference here with this. It's not even close. So there's already that. Like I was like, you see what he's doing now, and then you see like the Heat version. That's ridiculous. That's what I'm talking about. So with that, you got everybody else in that problem. See, the thing is that KD, yeah, he's still a cold shooter, but I was like, he's also like 35. Now, if you would now like if we were playing some of these, if there was some more of that problem, Steph Curry. I was like, Steph Curry now isn't what Steph Curry was when he was over here at the top with the Warriors. I was like, not saying that he still ain't gonna get you a bucket. Not saying that, hey, I was like, look, and his 3 point shooting may make the game closer. I'm not. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying that these dudes 35 is over here running with these other dudes that are all way, except for like Kobe, but everybody else. Come on now. But also too, one team. I was like, and we're gonna go by y'all's logic. Has two of y'all goats, LeBron and Kobe. All right, now tell me. Now let me know which one of y'all goats is really over here, cause we sort of got LeBron at the past stage. Who else will go? I'm just using your logic here. I'm not even getting to the basketball terms of it. But I was like, as far as like basketball terms of it, I was like, look, Dwight. I was like, nobody's like the thing is nobody's stopping anybody. That's not how the NBA works. You really just want to hinder them. Dwight Howard on Joel Embiid. Yes, Joel Embiid got the offense to outdo Dwight Howard, but Dwight Howard is going to basically make sure that Joel don't do any of that bullshit Euro stuff. He gonna keep them all at the perimeter. He ain't about you. I was like that Dwight. You ain't about to just muscle his ass into the paint. And we seen with Joel that he'll get perimeter centric. I was like he won't really back down to the back. Once you sort of stop him from a spot, guess what? Now he's just gonna take that. He's just gonna do that dirt shot. That's all he's gonna do. Dwight Howard will be shutting that down. I was like Booker. We got Michael Redd. Same people doing the same thing on the same squad. I was like, matter of fact, I was gonna say that I think that the Redeem team will be probably more efficient getting a shot because they got Chris Paul, and do not forget about what Darren Williams was at that time too, where it was like, yeah, 6'3" point guard over here being like a real big bully, and over here, but also orchestrating the pass. I was like, Chris Bosh, AD. I was like, similar players here, depending on however you want to look at it. I was like, I know people will probably be like, AD's the better defensive player, and I was like, yeah, but you ain't. I was like, but if you don't remember Chris Bosh from back in the day of how he was playing defense and also how he could get his own shot, I was like, he ain't. I was like, afterwards, I was like, well, his career ended early, but the dude could get his own shot, shoot from three, something that AD don't do no more. Um, but I was like, there's similar palette of players. I was like, I wouldn't really get the edge to like really one because I really think they're really similar in a lot of cases. Um, I do think that I was like, it would be interesting to see Ant versus Wade. You know, they both have similar playing styles. Of course, Ant got the three ball, but I was like, he should. He's over here basically 67 years into the future. But I was like, but then you got to. I was like, so I think they're bumping heads too. We already got the LeBrons, canceling them out. I was like, so who's really guarding KD? Nobody. Well, probably Tayshaun Prince, but because he's long, lanky, 6'9", that type of dude, and he'll do a decent job on him. You're not gonna stop KD. You might stop this KD, to be honest. Melo out here always getting a bucket. So those two were sort of in the same way. Derek White, I was like, hey, he just there to do his role. Good job. I forgot. I was like, you also got Jason Kidd. I was like, at the time, I was like, while yes, he's older, I was like, he still can orchestrate the shot. I was like, orchestrate the offense. Played. I was like, man, decent D. But he also got his shot going around this time when he was a 3-point shooter. Um, yeah, I think that for what we got of the 2024, I think that I was like, not that I'm saying they're going like not into this Olympics, but I'm saying that I was like, while I think they got a lot of names where they want to crush the European teams, I was like going against some of their own version of like, another USA team. You know what? I'll take it back. They win by 10. I'm not gonna be that old head that be like, yo, my team will destroy you youngsters. No, I'm not gonna do all that. I think it'll be about 10. I just think that the Redeem team is better orchestrated. I think they got actual point guard play. Cause I was like, they only got Halliburton on the other side or whatever, and we'll see how many minutes he really gets. But but I was like, but he floats and he's sort of here and there and stuff like that as well too. That I was like, he's still not fully established there as that with Kid Paul Williams, that type of thing. Yeah, I was like, and I was like, LeBron also being a point guard. There's also this LeBron and this Kobe taking over games. I was like, in a way that I'm like, I was like, I think this 2024 team is really going to have to rely on Anthony Edwards and Jason Tatum a lot, just because I'm like, it's not that I was like I said, going against the European team that's different because I'm like, I was like, who we're playing against is really on like 3 teams that's really could be anything to us. But I'm saying against the Redeem team, I'm like, I'm like, though other people are getting locked up by somebody else that one of them two is gonna break free. Because I was like, Redeem team will run out of defensive players at that moment. But I just think that they have enough I was like, they have enough two-way players to get by other people that's in their prime outweighing the 2024 team. That's what my thinking really is. Anyway, where am I wrong? Probably a lot of stuff. I was like, if everybody just started picking 2014, I'm gonna just assume that you're 16. Um, but let's get somebody, that'd be like, oh, you're wrong. Michael Red doo doo. I was like, oh damn, that's crazy because I was like, he was over here, leading his team to the playoffs, and we didn't expect that. He was Chris Middleton answer before Chris Middleton, to be honest. But anyway, let me know what you think, and until next time, or these debate, wandering question, whatever. Peace. I'm out.